Welcome to BANO IAS. And today we will talk about this report which has suggested tax on ultra wealthy and redistributive policy for the benefit of poor, lower and middle class. This report has suggested an inheritance tax as a way to address the income inequality. Now, let's get into the detail of the report. This report by World Inequality Labs has suggested annual wealth tax and inheritance tax for individual whose wealth exceeds 10 crore. This report has been authored by Thomas Piketty, Nitin Kumar Bharti, Lucas Chancel, and Anmol Somashi. Before we get into the details of the report, let's know more about World Inequality Lab. World Inequality Lab, as you can see, is a global research center which focuses on study of inequality and policy that can lead to social, environmental, and economic justice. And they have published numerous reports over the years, including this one. Now, let's look at this chart. To support their argument, they have shown several data points where they have demonstrated how income inequality has widened. On x-axis, you have time period. On the y-axis, you have share of national income. Let's look at the income of top 10%. You can see that over the years, their income share has gone up from roughly 35% to approximately 57-58% in today's time. At the same time, the share of income of middle 40% has gone down from 45% to approximately 27% in the today's time. But what is more surprising and shocking that the share of income of the bottom 50% has gone down from roughly 23% to 15% in today's time. So you can see how they have cited data to support their argument. Now look at this chart. In this chart, they have shared Forbes and Hurun data point to support their argument the share of national income of rich have gone up. Let's look at, as per the data point of Forbes, over the years, the share of income of rich have gone up from 5% in 2006 to today's, you can see roughly 25%. Similarly, according to Hurun, their share of national income of rich have gone from 15% in roughly 2012 to 27% in 2022. Therefore, the authors have argued the inequality in India has risen to very high levels. Now, to address the inequality, the authors have mentioned the tax package proposal can help tackle the massive concentration at the very top of the wealth distribution and create fiscal space for social sector investment. Now, let's look at their proposal. They have proposed three scenarios in which different amount of tax can be imposed on wealth and inheritance, which can generate resources for the state. In the baseline scenario, they have recommended 2% on tax on wealth above 10 crore and 33% on estates above 10 crore. This will affect only 0.05% of the adult, and it will generate roughly 2.73% of annual tax revenue as a percentage of GDP. In the moderate scenario, they have recommended 2% net tax on income wealth above 10 crore and 4% on net wealth above 100 crore. Similarly, they have also suggested higher inheritance tax on estate above 100 crore. This will affect 0.04% and generate roughly 4.5% of annual tax revenue as a percent of GDP. And in their most ambitious scenario, they have suggested higher tax on income above 10 crore as well as 100 crore. Similarly, higher inheritance tax. And that can generate up to 6.08% of GDP as annual tax revenue. This higher tax should be accompanied with redistributive policy to support poor, lower caste and middle class. In the report, they have cited how the baseline scenario would allow doubling of current public expenditure on education, which has remained 2.9% of GDP over the last 15 years. Therefore, this is not the first report. In their March report, One Inequality Lab have noted that India's inequality has led to such a level that they have termed it as a billionaire Raj. And according to them, it is more unequal than the British Raj headed by colonial forces. Do you agree with this? Do you disagree with this? Please comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching this video.